Let's see which country's the most romantic.
Oh, yes!
Who should pay for the date?
I used to think.
Hey, hi everybody. Today I am here with Fifi.
Hey, too. Jax. Yeah.
And we're going to talk about dating. It turns out that dating these days, with a lot of technology, it's not so easy to meet people in more natural environments. I got married before this became a thing. Ooh, so I want to hear about other people's dating lives, and we'll share it with you, give you guys some tips. Okay, let's start with biggest icks. What are your biggest icks?
Mine, I think, is height because I'm kind of short.
You want a tall man?
I want a tall man.
You think it's important when you're looking on the dating apps, you're going to look at when they put their height there.
Yes.
What's the shortest you'll go?
Wow. Because I'm like 115.8, so
158.5?
at least 165.
It doesn't matter once you lay down.
I knew someone was going to say that.
Yeah, I would say someone that makes a lot of noise when he eats, or like stick his tongue out before eating, like going like, you know, like when you're on a date. It's disgusting.
Who puts their tongue out when they eat?
Or like very, very loud, you know, like
Yeah, that noisy.
speaking. Yeah.
I've got a lot. There's a lot. If you go to a restaurant or something and then they're rude to the waiters. For me, I can't. Yeah, I can't. If they're like, or something like that, I'll be like, oh, no.
Goodbye.
Biggest green flags. What's something that you find very attractive?
you first.
They can't be like immediately too much talking about their emotions, but they also can't be like completely closed off. So I feel like they have to be emotionally available, but they also, it's not good if they like trauma dump on you, like the first date, and they're like talking about their childhood and their exes, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah, just an emotionally stable guy.
Yeah, like stable.
Not a psychopath.
Yeah, which is
Same
not easy to
person.
find, you know. You'd be like, well, obviously, no. Mm-mm, no.
no.
Mm-mm.
Wow. Oh yeah, green
The
flag, love
love
animals. Yeah.
Like good conversation, maybe. Like not feeling awkward on the first date. Get to know each other. Like,
But you can stay up all night talking. Your best chat up line.
Oh, Jackie has a lot.
No, I don't. You know, so my favorite one now is: would you rather have legs as long as your fingers, or fingers as long as your legs? And then, you know, see how they react to it, and if they can have a laugh or your face.
I'm trying to make my decision.
Yeah. What would you rather have?
Legs as long as my fingers.
Okay, why?
Why?
Because then I could still use my hands.
Okay. Oh yeah,
That's quite smart. That's very
I
smart.
don't know.
I mean, something funny would be nice.
Yeah, something funny.
But it has to be funny and not cringy, you know.
Okay, what's the most romantic gesture you have ever experienced?
My long-term boyfriend who actually cooked me a meal, and then like, because we lived in a big apartment building, and then he like, there was like tables on the roof, and then he lit candles in the evening and then brought the food up.
I went on a date with a Englishman. It's raining outside. He didn't bring an umbrella. I brought a small one, so it can't really like cover both of us. So he just really sweet. He hold the umbrella, just cover myself only, and he get really wet. I think this is sweet and romantic.
That's the best you've got. Because an English guy let you carry your own umbrella. At the moment you said it, I went on a date with an Englishman, I was like, this is going to go downhill quickly.
I went to Amsterdam for a month, and when I came back, my whole flat was full of flowers and pictures hanging from the ceiling of me and the person I was in a relationship with. And there was a cake on the table, and wine, and just a new pair of shoes, and just dinner.
Oh, you win. Who should pay for the date?
I used to think that it didn't matter. Because I'm quite independent, and when I would go on first dates around when I was like 17, 18, 19 years old, I would always fight to pay. But now I'm a little bit older, I feel like the guy should pay for the first date. He can pay for dinner, and then if we go get drinks, then I'll pay for drinks.
If he doesn't even offer to pay for dinner,
Then there will be no drinks.
Same.
whoever chose to go on a date.
What would be your dream date?
Oh, dream date?
Hello.
I want to date Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet is going to be my dream date.
Yeah, but what would it be? What would you do?
What would you do?
Oh no. Sorry, cut.
I think my dream date would be them to just be like, be ready at 7 and picking you up. They prepare everything. Yeah. They've already got tickets to, like, I don't know, bowling alley as well, and then watch a movie, or it's just they planned it all and you don't have to say anything.
You don't want any of that mental load.
No.
You want them to take control.
Yeah.
I think something where we get to stay home. We have dinner, there's candles, there's music, books and movies. Just something really like, chill.
What do you mean books? Like he's reading, you're reading?
Yeah.
I'm not talking.
Yeah, no, we can share about the books, but just like, lying on the ground, there's fire, music, wine.
You just want to join a book club, don't you?
I mean, why not?
What's the worst date you've ever been on?
I've got lots of them. Where do I start? The worst date would probably be, I don't know if I can share this video. I'd let him know. He asked me my biggest ick, and I said it's if you're rude to the waiter. He was rude to the waiter. He lied about his height. But yeah, when we first met, we were a bit too early for the restaurant, so we went shopping, and then he wanted to try on my shoes, and then we got to the restaurant and I put my wallet on the table and he took it and he started going through my wallet, and then he wanted to wear all my rings. So then he was like, I like your hoodie, can I try your hoodie on? So I was like, okay. It got weirder. So basically he had his phone out and it had a picture of one of my Instagram photos that I took one of my legs, and he had zoomed in to my little blonde hairs, and I was like, why? His blonde hair is kind of cute. It was a very weird situation. Yeah. Never saw him again.
Why did you stay that long?
Okay, I went on a date with a Taiwanese guy, and then we went to a ramen restaurant. He took his lunchbox out, and then he said, I made it for you. I was like, oh.
This is his first date.
Yes, my first date.
So he cooked for you?
He cooked
And
for me.
he wanted you to eat that?
Yes.
Like right there and then?
Yes. I don't want to be rude because he said he cooked for me, so I just ate it.
It's weird to eat from a lunchbox in a restaurant and you don't even know the guy. Maybe you put something in the food. It's weird to insist on you eat it now. You can't even take it home.
Maybe he wanted his lunchbox back.
Yeah.
Did you have a second date?
No.
Start putting in requests. Like next time. Can I have a little more salt in that on there?
My worst date was probably, I was in a relationship for a long time and we went out on, it was New Year, I think. So it was hard to find a restaurant open. So when we finally got one, they started to complain about everything. Like, there's a lot of people, it's nosy, blah, 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 blah. The food is disgusting. And I was like, so what do you want me to do? And this person just said, we can just go home and you can cook.
Huh?
So I took my bag and my jacket and I went home and I had cereals for myself.
Well, I suggest you don't take dating advice from us, but you can obviously give it because
Yeah, please.
And Fifi is going to be making
Dating series on my channel is coming up soon, so stay tuned.
Let's see which country's the most romantic.
Oh, yes.
I don't think
We need to make a
our
list.
guys are going to win.
Our guys are funny.
Dry fun.
Well, not that dry. They don't carry umbrellas.
Oh my god.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, they are. They are very much.
Yeah.
You think they're angry?
Thank you.
I think
Yes,
they look pissed.
Yeah.
The chairs?
Oh, 不好意思。
Are you opening?